Good morning, ladies. This is Sunday, the 15th October 2017. This is Winnie Kitaka for Empowering Ugandan Women on behalf of the Uganda Youth Collective. I welcome you to this WhatsApp group. If it's your first time to join us on the group, welcome. This is our 5th day of the group. And I want to thank all of you that have been participating, that have been commenting, that have been giving suggestions. Thank you. Just to remind you, if you're somebody that is joining us or recently joined us, please take the time and read through the way we do things in the group. Read through the code of conduct. If you're not sure where that is, please feel free to ask me and I'll be more than happy to tell you or to send it to you. Also, when you arrive, when you get to the group, one thing you should definitely do is please introduce yourself to the group. For those of you that maybe came early and maybe the new people are not sure who you are, I'm going to ask that today, again, if you could introduce yourself and if you could do it in this way. Number one, tell us what your names are or what names you would want the group to call you. Number two, please tell us where you are and where you live or where you reside. I understand all of us are from Uganda, but living in different parts of the world. So please tell us where you live. The reason for this, so that any advice we give, we make sure that we are tailoring it to the right countries or nations where you reside. Number two, tell us about yourself. Tell us, what are you doing? What do you do? In addition to telling us what you do, if you run businesses, if you have a service, then please feel free to tell us about that service and that business. And also let us have your social media handles. If you have a website, this is if you should choose to tell us. Then go ahead. If you have Twitter and Facebook, be sure to let us know where we can find you or what your social media handles are. In addition to that, be sure to let us know when you join the group, what is it that you want to gain from the group? What is it that you're looking for from the group? We would really appreciate to find out what that is. Also, how the group briefly will work. These audio messages will be recorded every day and will be posted on the YouTube channel, as I mentioned. And so every morning, because when you join the group, there are so many messages. Sometimes you come and there's 250 messages. And I know everybody does not have that much time to be able to read through everything. If you can, great. But we don't want these messages, the reason why we're here, to be lost amongst all the messages, which are good too, that we're writing. So these messages, these audio messages are recorded every morning and posted on the YouTube channel. That's why I ask, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, or even if you haven't, just to make sure you go there every morning. That's where the topic for the day, the topic for discussion, the food for thought, that's where most of the teachings and the series are going to be held. Reason being that I don't want to clog up your phones with too many audios and too many videos. So please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel to get this. And also, just to re-emphasize, we are happy to promote businesses and if you know ideas and people who are doing amazing things. However, we will ask that anything you promote in the group, whether you're asking people to join a group, whether you're recommending a business that worked for you, whether you're recommending an agent that worked for you. I know some people were recommending where you could go and get jobs. Please make sure you email first to the admin so that we can verify and look into all of these groups. And the email is empoweringUgandanWomen@gmail.com. That's empoweringUgandanWomen@gmail.com. Also, if you have a business and you want to be able to either sell your goods or offer your services to the group, also please send your details about your business and about your service to the same email, which is empoweringUgandanWomen@gmail.com. The reason for this, because I have grown up knowing that everything must be checked out. We will check it twice, 3 times, 10 times. For a long time, so many people have been taken advantage of by things that looked perfectly fine, by people that they trusted, by people that they knew. And this group will not be responsible for recommending any service or any group that is going to take advantage of the girls and the women on this group. So please, ladies, that will be really, really useful if you do so. Now, starting on Monday, we're going to start to do series. And today's topic is this. Many of you have expressed an interest in building a business or starting a business. It's one of the many topics that many of you have said you want to do. I'm going to briefly, in a few minutes, just share with you my understanding and what I prefer, and under a title saying your interest in building a business versus developing a skill or a gift. Many people do businesses, and many people you find will do a business that, yes, it may make money and it may bring in an income and maybe even a profit, but something they absolutely hate or something they don't like. But they're just doing it because when you're running a business, it's important that whatever business you're doing, you look into the market and you find out what is the market requiring, what are people wanting. And then you go ahead and you find out, and you, for example, if the market is requiring a business where people are buying phones, let me use it as an example. You go in and you buy your phones from where you buy them. You take them into that market. You let the people know through advertising and marketing about the product, and you start to do business. You start to sell phones. But that doesn't necessarily mean that phones is what you really want to do. It's a business that works at present. And I know that sometimes my mother used to run a phone business in Uganda way back in the beginning when phones started coming into the market, and she made a lot of money from the phones. But if you were to go into the phone business now in Kampala, it's circulated. The market is, everybody's doing phones. But it doesn't mean that phones was what she wanted to do. My approach here at the Empowering Ugandan Women is I am interested in helping you realizing and finding out what is that one thing that you're born to do, or what is your gift, what is your skill. When we're living in this world and we're working on jobs that some of us dislike and don't want, we dread Monday mornings because the thought of having to go back to work, the thought of having to go back to something, yes, it pays money, but that's not where your heart is. That's why yesterday I was asking questions like, what would you do? Yesterday's topic was, what would you do if you would do it for free? What would you do if you do it even if somebody didn't pay you? Because that's an indication in something that you're really interested in, something that you really want to do. And in this group, I want to emphasize and focus on helping you find what that thing is. Because when you find what that thing is, and you begin to work and develop that skill or gift, it is that, I believe, that will open amazing doors for you and will bring fulfillment. I'll give myself an example. My degree and my background is in international marketing. During the degree, I studied about business, about advertising, foreign language, and many other things in line with business. That's what I did at university. And when I finished university, I went on to work. I worked for an organization called the Free Actuaries. I was there as it was a new organization. I was there as I can't remember now, as the events coordinator. They were starting a new branch they were starting a foundation, and I was there to organize their premier first fundraising event. But this is the interesting thing. The way I got that job, I was lucky enough to work straight after university. Prior to getting the job, the director and the CEO of the company had been to an event that I was hosting. I'm an event host, and I have a singing background. I used to be in a girl group, and I was a spokesperson. It was called the New Life Vocals, a gospel group. I was a spokesperson for the group, and I've done lots of speaking or presenting or maybe emceeing, as some people would say, hosting events. And it was during one of the events that I was doing that this CEO walked. It was a concert, in fact. He walked into the concert and he saw me doing what I am doing. Part of my gifting is speaking and talking and encouraging people. And when he saw that, my first job, even though my training and my degree was in international marketing and I knew how to run businesses and marketing and advertising, but I got that job because of the skill and the gift that he saw that I can speak and I can encourage and I can organize. That's what got me my job. That's when I got my first, would I say, professional job. So when I say starting a business versus developing your skill, that even though I had the knowledge and I studied how to do business, because we did business administration and other things, but it was the skill that I had, that natural skill that I had, that got me and opened that door for me to get my first job. I went on to do that job and continued to do many other jobs. And I later went on to work at the Treasury, and then I went into many other jobs. But when I worked, my last job before I started to work for myself, I worked as was I a personal assistant? Something I can't remember. Seems like such a long time ago now. But then when I had my first child on maternity leave, I was introduced to the business of maternity nursing or night nannying. I went in to do the business, and the way I was introduced was when I had my child, the lady that was training maternity nurses needed a baby to be able to teach these who are training how they could give a bath or bathe a baby. And when I saw what they were doing already in the community, I was involved in helping women when they had children. You go in and you help them. So I said, this is so easy. I didn't realize people could get paid for just showing people how to look after a child. Long story short, I went on and I trained and I started to practice during my maternity leave as a night nanny or as a maternity nurse, working just nights. And so in the day when I went back to work, I will work on my work from 10 o'clock, from 8 o'clock until 4 o'clock. And in the night for the next 2 years, I worked 9 p.m. until 7 a.m. I did that for 2 years. I was almost working 24 hours. It was during that night time that I realized what I really wanted to do. It was during that time that I realized and saw vulnerable mothers. I saw women who believed that they were not good enough, who believed that they could not take care of their children. I saw women who did not have the confidence to raise their children. And then I realized my passion, that I wanted to show people that they can. I wanted to empower people and show them that even though right now they may not know yet how to do something, but on the inside of them there's ability to be able to do and to achieve. That's when I realized my gifting and my skill. And the reason why many of you have joined this group, the reason why many of you know me, is because I worked on my gift and started to develop that gift. And many of you have met me via videos that I have done, audios that I have done. That's how you have come to know Winnie Kitaka. Not because of the businesses that I did or do. Because when I realized my gift, I went ahead and wrote my first book, Empowering Mothers to Mother. I discovered that empowering people and developing people is the gift that I was given to do. And it's this gift that has opened so many doors for me right now. And it's a gift. It is something that I will freely do. As a matter of fact, I am now starting to run free workshops here in the United Kingdom for women and for mothers, teaching them how to develop, how to build their own children. It's a gift that I have picked up. And in this gift, it's opening doors. And on the back of my gift, I now run businesses in line with my gifting. So when I say, ladies, that teaching you how to run a business versus developing a gift, many of you, and there's many of you in here, and I would encourage you, please, if you're running a business and you know how to do it, get in touch in email, because we would want you also to run a series to teach, and we'll show you how you would do that. So if you're somebody that is already in business, then many of you are probably better business women than I am. But my focus is going to be on helping you understand or helping you realize what is that one thing that you're good at? What is that one thing that you feel you're born to do? Because if we can discover that one thing, you will find joy, you will find fulfillment. Many people have a void. You will do it freely, you will do it happily. You'll be happy to wake up at 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock any morning to do that thing. And that thing will open many doors for you. And that's what I hear when I talk about empowering women, is what I am going to focus on doing, helping you to find out what that thing is and helping you develop that gift, develop that skill, helping you to remove some of the things that are standing in the way, the hindrances, the reasons that why you think you're not able to do it. Because once those are gone, I believe that gift is going to make room for you. So starting on Monday, we're going to start to talk about how do you discover what you're supposed to do. That's going to be the series coming this week, Monday. Because when you find out what that gift is, it's going to open doors for you. And I'll get invitations to speak everywhere under that gift. And that gift will give you wealth. It will give you influence in many different spheres of life. Now, I know many people have given up on that gift because on their gifts, that's where when I ask you, what is the one thing you would do even if you would do it freely without being paid? And many people said it, but the story as a distant dream. It is that thing that my focus here at Empowering Ugandan Women, I want to focus on doing and helping you realize what that gift is. Look, I'm going to stop it here, as this is during the first week of starting this group. Some of you have said you want videos that are not too long. When we do the series, I will do the videos or the audios. They'll be a lot shorter, but as we are beginning, I want to make sure that everything that you need to know, you get to know. And also, this is why these are being posted on YouTube. So if you can only listen for 5 minutes today, that's fine. When you come back, if you're using your phone, there's a way your phone will, if you go back to the same message on YouTube, it will start where you stopped. So if you don't have time to listen to this entire thing, you can stop and start and go back to the YouTube channel where it's posted to listen to it at any time. And this is why I don't post it in YouTube, because if I post it in the group, you come back, there's 100, 200 messages covering the message, then sometimes you're going to miss out. So ladies, let me stop here. So today's topic is this, or message or focus is this. Many of you have expressed wanting to learn how to do business. But I say, your interest in running a business versus developing your skill. I am going to focus on helping you find out what your gift and skill is and develop that skill. So in line with what we said yesterday, tomorrow, today I want you to focus on it. For those of you that have a notebook and you're writing down, is I want you to start to think about what is your dream? What is it that you really want to do? If there were no limitations, if there were no obstacles standing in your way, if you were not afraid, if you were allowed to do anything or to do whatever you want to do, what is that one thing that you would want to be able to do? Let me rephrase again. If you are not afraid, if there were no limitations, what is that one thing that you would like to do. Thank you so much for listening. This is Winnie Kitaka. I'm wishing you an amazing Sunday. See you tomorrow, Monday, as we start our first series in helping you discover who you are. Thank you for listening. God bless. Take care. Bye.